Record purse for this race of $1,202,700. Post time in 8 minutes at 10:28. And ladies and gentlemen, here is the field for this year's Golden State Million Futurity. Number 1 is Stylish Jess, looking for her 5th consecutive victory tonight. It's owned by Benny Reset and trained by Paul Jones. And doing the riding is Cody Jensen. The fastest qualifier for this year's Golden State Million is number 2, My Lady First, who is owned by Rancho Al Alicron and trained by Dan Farias. The jockey is Alex Batista. Number 3 is Really a First, who is owned by Ed Allred and trained by Scott Willoughby. In the saddle, Saul Ramirez. Number 4, Just Another Habit, is owned by the Vessel Stallion Farm and trained by Mike Joyner, being ridden by Cesar D'Alba. And here's the favorite, the winner of this year's Kindergarten, the winner of this year's Ed Burke Million Futurity when setting a track record is number 5, Carter's Cartel, owned by the Double Bar S Ranch and trained by Jaime Gomez. Carter's Cartel is being ridden by J.R. Ramirez. Number 6 is Thinking First, who is owned by Ed Allred and trained by Scott Willoughby. The jockey, Raul Ramirez. And number 7 is Early Morning Bite. The 3rd place finisher in this year's Rainbow Futurity is owned by Marcus Smith and trained by Donna MacArthur. In the saddle is jockey Sam Thompson. Number 8 is Short Check, who is owned by the E.G. High Desert Farms and trained by Daniel Luna. The rider is Juan Andrade. Number 9 is Fighter on Fire, the 2nd fastest qualifier, owned by Rancho El Alicron and trained by Dan Farias. The pilot, Rodrigo Aceves. And the runner-up in this year's Ed Burke Million Futurity is number 10, I-4 Corona, who is owned by the Kalani Farms and trained by Paul Jones. The jockey, Ramon Sanchez. Three left allowed. Favorite Carter's Cartel begins to come up. And we'll have Fighter on Fire and I for Corona. So Fighter on Fire is going to go in before Carter's Cartel. Carter's Cartel goes in beautifully. And just one left allowed. As I for Corona to the gate. And now they're all in the gate. My Lady First, unseated the rider. Batista's getting back aboard. And away they go in the Golden State Million. My Lady First came away well. Here's I-4 Corona and Stylish Jess. Daniel on the inside. Fighter on Fire. Carter's Cartel's in a lot of trouble. He's dropped out of it as Fighter on Fire. I-4 Corona to the extreme outside. Also trying to close in is Really a First. I-4 Corona going to try to pull off a big upset. And I-4 Corona nose bob with Fighter on Fire. Very close between those two. Really a First back in 3rd. Stylish Jess was 4th. But again, the stewards are conducting an inquiry into the running of the Golden State Million. Please note that the inquiry does not concern the first two finishers. The first two finishers are not involved in the steward's inquiry. In the winner's circle, they make a trophy presentation to the winning owner of the Golden State Million fraternity, certainly a gentleman familiar with the Los Alamitos winner's circle. He visited it 3 times when his champion refrigerator won the Champion of Champions. A very prominent quarter horse owner, and he's a big member of the American Quarter Horse Racing Association, is Jim Helzer. Making the trophy presentation to the winning connections of this year's Golden State Million fraternity, the Kalani Farms, who own Eye for Corona. Trained by Paul Jones and ridden by Ramon Sanchez. Triples on the night for trainer Paul Jones and jockey Ramon Sanchez. Eye for Corona is a 2-year-old filly bred in Oklahoma by Mia International Company and is by Corona Cartel out of Eye for the Sixes. The winning time for the 400 yards is 19.44 seconds. The final 220 yards in 9.45 seconds. $1 trifecta 10.91, $440.50. The $1 superfecta 10.914, $13,364.30.